Good evening. Welcome to another episode of Car Talks with Josh. Today I didn't have a lot of time to get something recorded and sent out, but I got a last minute request from a customer and had to fulfill it, which meant leaving my wife and kids and during bedtime, and it's not easy. One, I want to be there for bedtime, but two, to help her and get the kids down and everything. But she understands, she supports, we get it. Anyways, how about this? I'll just switch my topic, what I was going to talk about. I was going to talk about the start of the company and how we became pretty successful. She's calling now. I think it still works. Hopefully that still works. Anyways, I will talk briefly on some of the pros and cons of being an entrepreneur. I've been doing this full time for almost 2.5 years now, and it was supposed to be a side gig when I started it, and it just kept growing and growing and growing. And once I saw the opportunity, I knew that if I wanted to see where I could take this, I had to commit, and it's not easy. It sucks a lot of times, and I can go on all the negatives and perceived negatives. I'll say drawbacks, but it really has to do with sacrifice and what you're willing to sacrifice. And unfortunately, that is time away from the family, last minute calls, customer requests, day or night. At some point I'll have someone covering the night shift and be on call, and that would be great. But until you get to a point where you have that full coverage, then you gotta do that, right? And obviously, this particular instance, it was an add-on to an order. They needed a crib last minute because the one at the hotel sucked and it wasn't safe. And but I get those calls all the time, which is why there's other opportunities. When you see problems, there's opportunities. I digress. When you're a small business, an entrepreneur, don't have a big team, or can afford to have someone cover your responsibilities day and night, you have to do that, right? And that means sacrifice from your time, from your family, from your kids, from your friends, whatever that looks like, right? And at the end of the day, I'm betting on myself that I will get to a point where I can afford to do this, right? I see this as a long-term play. Yes, I'm helping out a customer and their family in a desperate need because the mom really, really needed a crib ASAP, and I get that. I've been there, so I get it. That's why I just dropped everything and left. But it's not just the add-on value of the crib. Like, yes, that's nice, but that's not going to make or break the business. What's going to make the business is the potential referral that we're going to get from their friend, and then their friend tell their friend, and their friend tell their friend, and you never know who you're going to get and what that ripple effect's going to be, right? Or who your customer is connected to, and the power of social media. So reviews are everything, and I will take reviews over tips, reviews over everything. And there's also, again, the negative, the downside. The other benefit is, to this is a review and a referral. Those are the two, I think, biggest benefits that are going to make the company successful and grow. Word of mouth is free. I love free. This right here, I calculate in my head as an acquisition cost. Yes, it's costing my time. Yes, it's a lot of effort. And, the add-on and the value and everything it has ripple effects. So it's not just like, oh, they want the crib for a few days, or, they got this extra thing for a few days. Yeah, that's great, but it adds actually a lot more value than just the monetary value, I guess is my point. So, and helping them, right? Like, I got to help this mom. She was so thankful and so appreciative, and hopefully she's going to get some rest, and had faith in that we're going to come through when we're going to come through. We're going to help her sleep on her vacation. They're going to go enjoy. I gave her referrals and recommendations. So providing that great customer experience is something that we cherish and value, and they're so appreciative of it. And that's what makes it all worth it. So I'm very happy to do it. I'm tired. I've had a long day. Taking, again, time away from my family. Do I want to do this at 8, 9 o'clock at night? Not really, but I understand the actual value and the long-term value of great customer service and helping families out. And that's what is, at the end of the day, what we're about. So achieved our goal, but those goals come at prices. So before I can talk on for 20 or 30 minutes about this, and my apologies for me going everywhere on my stories, because I can talk for days. I'll try to reel it in. I'll try to be more organized, but these are things that pop in my head, and I want to share with you, and hopefully this can be a good reminder of how valuable great customer service is. And the life of an entrepreneur is not easy. I could have easily said, oh, sorry, we don't do that, or it's after hours, or, made an excuse, but that isn't going to have the ripple effect. That's not going to get you the hundreds of positive reviews and the hundreds of referrals that we get every year. And I know that. And that's what's helped us get to where we're at today. So I'm sure I'll talk about different topics and again, more positives and negatives. I can go into other things and hopefully be more organized in my talks, but I had something in my head. I want to share it. This is unedited, raw. Again, maybe one day I'll afford to have a producer or somebody edit these videos, but until then, good night.